So this is a New Year's Day ride, and I don't know, it's about 11 o'clock or something here in Colorado. We're at 39 degrees, and I got the Gray Wolf out with her Shinko mud and snow tires, but really this is nothing to ride. It's pretty easy, not a big deal here at all. And I'm going to talk about this heated jacket that you may be interested in and how to make it work. So if you've ever done any shopping on Amazon or actually anywhere on the internet for a heated motorcycle jacket, you'll see that I'm wearing all climb. Okay, so I'm not. Unless Climb wants to give me some of their stuff, I'll wear it, but I'm not paying a ton of money. Why? Because I'm a cheap bastard. This is the Milwaukee leather electric heated jacket. Pardon me. It doesn't matter how far out you get in the country. There's always going to be somebody with a loud muffler somewhere. Anyway, I'm in northern Colorado. So back to the jacket. This Milwaukee leather heated jacket, of which I have it on not the hottest position. You can't even hardly see it. Now it's the cooler position, blue. Now it's red. See if you can see that in the sunlight. Let me turn in the shade. Very faint red glow there. Well, let me tell you something. The jacket comes with a battery. The battery that it comes with is only 7 volts. Actually, fully charged, it's actually 9, but they list it as 7. And 7 volts isn't going to start your bike. It sure isn't going to start a 12-volt jacket. So that battery had to go. Now for this Milwaukee heated leather jacket, I think I paid like $360, something like that. And the battery it came with had to go. It didn't hardly warm up the jacket at all. You put your hand inside, I couldn't feel anything. And now they give you a warning, several warnings in fact, stating do not use a 12-volt battery. Well, I don't care. I bought the jacket to warm me up. Now it does come with a tether for your motorcycle, so you can hook the tether to your motorcycle, but I actually don't like being tethered to a motorcycle. Now for a long ride, that's the way to go. I mean, if you're going to be out there for a few hours, you don't want to be trusting your battery, the battery in your pocket. You want to be trusting the battery that's on the bike. But if I'm out riding in the cold, I'm probably not going to be doing it all day long, and you know, 3-4 hours is probably enough for me. So I had to go on Amazon and excuse me while I strip. I bought a 12-volt battery. Now this 12-volt battery, just like the jacket warns you, don't use a 12-volt battery. Well, it actually works. The 12-volt battery works. But there's like a timeout to these jackets. I've got another jacket too, and they time out on you after a while, and you have to unplug the battery and plug it back in to get it to work. But this battery has the same plug-in. I don't know if you can see that. The same plug-in for the jacket, so it's compatible, and it has an on-off switch. I put it in this front pocket over here and snap it in. The lead comes from a pocket further back. I don't know if you can see that. I might get some footage later and show it to you. So, the Milwaukee leather jacket. How does it do? If you set it to its hottest setting, it'll keep you warm above 35 degrees while you're riding, and I've done it. It has a downside, and that downside is that there's no real neck to it. See this? That's not really protecting much of my neck. That's a failure of most motorcycle jackets, and that's why usually I ride with an HJC snowmobile jacket, which actually does have a nice barrier across the neck. Now inside the bike, I've got a neck gaiter that I can put on underneath this and protect me even better. But this is for the review of the jacket. And here comes another car. Having zipped up the jacket, I'm now showing you the jacket doesn't have any zipper flaps. There's no protective leather flap over the zipper to keep wind from coming in it. So you've got that issue. On a summer day though, wow, cars just driving around everywhere today out here in the countryside. It's proof that a country boy can't survive without going to town on New Year's Day several times. Anyway, in the summertime, we have all these vents. And there's vents on the sleeve. Furthermore, I'll insert a photo that I took with a infrared camera. They have a dye in this jacket that repels infrared heat. Now, on a day like today with the sunshine out, that actually is working against me. The outside of the jacket is not warm in the sunshine. In the summertime though, it repels heat, and on an infrared camera will show up as white instead of black. That's actually pretty cool. Especially if you're only using the jacket within its parameters, whatever those are. I would say 40 degrees up to 85 degrees. Let's drop it down to 80. I'd say 80, above 80 degrees, any jacket's hot. Anyway, that's the Milwaukee leather heated jacket, which works fine if you spend another $45 on Amazon and get yourself a 12-volt battery. I'll try to put it in the subtitle right here maybe. So, gloves. Now on a 40-degree day, or 39 degrees here, where there's really not a whole lot of wind, I can get away with just my leather gloves. However, I want to show you these. These were a little pricey. I think they've come down since. That's a Highway 61 glove, I believe. Highway 21. Highway 21. Shows what I know. Highway 21 gloves. The batteries are here in your wrist. Ugh. Had to open the Velcro, sorry. They look like that. It comes with a charger, of course. I've noticed them too shutting off after a period of time, but generally I've had these for a few winters now and they're pretty good. You can turn it on 1, 2, or 3 heat. Now if I'm going down the interstate at 80 miles an hour, I probably want all 3 lights on a day like today. The Gray Wolf doesn't have a heated seat. It does not have heated grips. It has a minimum of air shielding here. So you kind of need some warm gloves if you're going to put on any speed. Now at 40 miles an hour, I didn't need them on at all. Maybe I should have had them on just the one setting. And I'd be plenty warm for, well, as long as I care to ride. Turn it up and you might only get 3 hours out of them. I don't know, I've never actually ran out. But they do have some knuckles here in case you go down. And it's pretty dense leather too. So they're good gloves. I think I paid 160 for them. I think you can now get them for like 130. here comes another truck. If anybody knows of better gloves for less money that are heated and don't have to connect to the bike, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, for pants, because I'm wearing my leather jacket, I'm just wearing leather chaps. Now, like I said, I'm a cheap bastard, so what did I pay for these leather chaps? $40 off Craigslist. Cleaned them out and been wearing them for years now. That's all I really need to keep the wind from going through my blue jeans. So, difficult video to do when you got cars coming by every 3 minutes. I guess I should have went even further east, because we're on the plains of Colorado at this point. Anyway, I'm going to put my gloves back on and get some more riding in on this New Year's Day. I might cut back in a little bit later and show you my HJC snowmobile jacket, which you can't buy because it's discontinued, and I bought it for 53 bucks, but that's how you shop on Amazon, damn it. You look for the discontinued jackets, see what the reviews are, and then hopefully save yourself 50 to 150 bucks. But I've had an HJC jacket for years now. I'll show that off later. In the meantime, I'm wasting some good riding time. So I'm going to get back on the bike. All right, so here's the Milwaukee leather diamond jacket hanging on a hanger so you can see it a little better than me wearing it. There's the label. And it looks like that. It looks a little bit poofy in the belly because I have the charger and the battery in there. And as I showed you outside, maybe I'll give you a better view this time since I'm going to turn it off anyway. There's the battery. Turn it off, unplug it. Despite Milwaukee telling you not to use a 12-volt battery. Also for vents, in the summertime, you have these, which I can't get my cold finger into at the moment. Milwaukee leather, if you're listening, a little bit of a leather tab right here would make a difference. You want to be able to find them with your gloves on. But you've got that nice venting there too. What you don't have, and what you don't see, is a whole lot of piping. You don't get any reflective anything on the front. Hopefully everybody can see this. So I'm going to press it, hold to 3. It's not going to work without the battery. Let's do that again. Plug it in, turn it on. I still have 4 lights out of 5. Slip it in there. And I've just had it turned on. There it goes. That's the hottest setting. That's a medium setting. That's the coolest setting. So let's say you're on the interstate, you're doing 75 miles an hour, maybe a little more, and it's 50 degrees. Well, 50 degrees I generally don't even need anything on, but you might put it on the light blue setting. Just give yourself some comfort. The medium setting is white. That one might be for 45 degrees if you're on the interstate. And the hottest setting is if you're at 40 degrees on the interstate. But I'm going to tell you, at 40 degrees, this lack of an outside flap, there's a little bit of an inside flap there for the zipper, but the wind goes through that way, even when it's zipped, and the wind goes through the top vents pretty easy. And you'll notice there's no flap at all on these vents, which means the wind goes right through that as well. Like I pointed out before outside, the neck is minimal. You really don't get any neck protection. A lot of people don't like leather on their neck, so maybe that's the reason, but I would prefer a zip-up neck. Here's the back of the jacket. You actually do have a little bit of piping right here. But whether or not a car is going to see that from any great distance, who knows? Now, I was just riding in 39 degrees and I was actually somewhat warm. And you'll notice my vents were open. Both back vents were open. Now, without a string on these, you might need a buddy to zip it up for you. Yeah, most of the wind is coming from the front anyway, so it really didn't bother me. And you do get some padding and some overlap over your jeans here too. Although you'll notice it's only single stitch. So how long that'll last after maybe sitting down in a chair, I don't know. You got a little bit of waist tightener right there. Some ribs underneath. It's not armored. I would love this jacket if it was actually armored, so I could wear it more often. It's just padded in the elbows. So if you go down, you might still break your elbow. You just won't get the road rash. So anyway, that is the Milwaukee Leathers jacket that you may have been interested in if you've seen it online. This jacket is clearly dirty and worn because I love this jacket. It is my go-to winter jacket. Although I do have a parka, I haven't needed it really. This jacket is about half the weight of the leather jacket, especially since it has no battery, no heating of any kind. It was an HJC closeout, and you can tell that I've worn it like a lot. It has a waist grabber right there to tighten it up. It has very reflective piping that any car can see. I mean, it's not yellow. High-vis yellow will always win for that, but I'm turning on my flashlight on my phone right now. With what little bit of flashlight can do anyway. You've got it on the elbows. You've got it on your chest. It's on the shoulders, reflective material. It says Hyperstorm was the brand at the time, or the model, or what have you. Once again, piping on that side. Not only does the zipper have a flap on the outside where it counts, but it's got Velcro to keep that flap closed. You've got an HJC reflector on the back, piping along the back, a vent on the back going crossways. I'm not sure I've ever used that vent. It would be helpful when it gets hot. And you have two vents in the front. I don't have the jacket lined up, but whatever. Anyway, look for things like that on Amazon. That is a snowmobile jacket by HJC. Like I said before, it's discontinued. You won't find this exact one. You might find something like it. Unlike a climb jacket, this one only cost me $53 shipped to my house, and I have used it for years. Another thing I'd like to say about the Milwaukee jacket is that it is one of the few jackets I could find whose sleeves were heated as well. It's not easy to find a jacket. You can find jackets all day long with a heated back. Some jackets have a heated back and heated breast pockets, which I believe this one does. And also the heated sleeves. If I can point to a sleeve. There you go. That's a sleeve. Having used a heated vest, I can tell you that the heated vest might warm your core, but it doesn't keep your arms warm. And cold arms aren't going to benefit anybody. So you want something with heated arms as well if you're going the heated route. Or like I said, just get a nice snowmobile jacket. So anyway, Happy New Year's, everybody. And I hope you're getting out and riding today, even for just a ride around the block if the ice and snow will permit. And we'll talk to you next time.